Okay, what's going on, Grand Rising? Today is Tuesday, June the 25th, 2024. And today, what we're going to be looking at is going to be dollar index in the futures market. We will take a look at gold, oil, and Bitcoin as well. But let's go ahead and kick it off from a top-down analysis here very quickly. We have about 5 minutes before we need to get ready to snipe. Looking at dollar index, we've pushed up ever since that 104 level. We've really been, 104.50 level. We've really been studying on that weekly. Ever since that daily price where we had, I think it was a news release. I'll have to go back and look. But price basically came down to that 104 level, created the double bottom, and just rallied up higher. Some more news came out. I believe it was that first Friday of the month, which gave the excuse to push price back below monthly open, and then price rallied again, making new highs. So currently for the day, for Tuesday, dollar is bullish, right? So if we want to just kind of identify that, that price is moving higher for the day of Tuesday. And so this is starting to look like a bullish day. We're kind of wanting to see how this week's going to form because we are in that area that price could distribute. I was wanting to see price at least get to 106, but that's a pretty good pullback on this type of move. No signs of weakness going into the open, but very interesting price when you start looking at futures as well. So jumping into higher time frame futures, we are coming into the last week of June. This is the last week of trading for June. So looking at these weeklies, it looks like we're going to close pretty bearish when it comes to NQ, which was the one we trade the most. Not as much information to really go off of there. And then on our daily, we are kind of seeing after we took those equal lows, we are kind of seeing price kind of wanting to rally, which we have been in a very bullish market. So if we did continue to see downside, right, if this was to start to break down 105.70s or 105.70, if it didn't keep showing signs of strength, then we can anticipate some more downside on those futures markets. And so when you look at the 4 hours on for the direction, to me, we took those lows, so we could see a slight pop back above market open throughout the first part of this week, or we might start to break down for New York, take these double bottoms here on NQ, take these relative double bottoms here, and then we have kind of like a cliff to fall off of when it comes to Dow Jones. So kind of was ready to want to see how they're going to print. I think they're going to go back up to market open on NQ just because we've already closed the 4 hour candle higher, and we're essentially going to do the same thing here. Then when you jump into like your intraday 1 hour, we do have these lows that are we do want to keep like our eyes on these because these are relatively equal. So overnight players into London players are going to be sitting in this area with their stop losses. So you want to have the idea of that you may play when price comes back into the reference candle into the demand zone, but you also might have the understanding that price could sweep that 19.7 area and then reaccumulate to then go higher. So that's kind of like my mindset as well. We got about how long? Got about a minute. Okay, so we're good. So that's kind of what I'm looking at there. And then very quickly, just for the recording purposes, Bitcoin is looking really good on that weekly, daily to possibly come back below 50,000 key level. Oil is very bullish, and I think that ever since we got that pop up on gold on that 4 hour, and we failed to go higher than that area, that we're really starting to look at these trend line traders here. So for that to go down, we'd want this to go up, and obviously you're starting to see this with a lot of strength. So make sure you went through your traders' constitutions. Trade safe. Go from A to B. Make sure you're taking from the markets and not letting them take from you. And we're going to switch over to the snipe window to get ready to get it in. Okay. Okay. So let's get it. I do have Top Step pulled up as well, just to kind of, listen in on what they have going. They just hit 100K subscribers, which is really cool, actually. All right, so we got about 15 seconds before this thing pops off. So da. So from that first minute, we're not really seeing anything yet. They do have a pretty big target to the downside, so I want to be very patient here. Um, okay, so just kind of watching how that first candle closed. We did kind of pop up. And so now if this one was to close lower than New York, there may be a potential to attack this lower of the day. Framing up everything looks pretty good using this high here. So that might have already kind of respected that area just right there. And might tank down. So that might have been the only chance. Let's kind of look here. We are seeing some weakness on ES as well. So I would say anything back above this area here would be too high. So 846 would be the stop. Okay, so I like how that's pushing right there. I like where the 5 minute is. So holding on ES somewhat, right? So we'll see how the price kind of plays here. So we'll see here what this level can do. I like how this level looks on a 15 and a 5. And so we do actually have a target as well, which makes it a little bit better. And then the thing about it is dollar is very strong. So if I can target that area, then great. If it goes up and hits the stops, then great. You know. But I do like that target is in the 700s, close to that 700s, and the daily open is like the 50 area. So it's really quick. 19,750. It's a great area if it can get down to there. Potential. Looking pretty strong right here, though, I will say. Really watching that 5 minute and want to see if that 5 minute, 15 minutes gone pretty much last. And I like how it was relatively above New York Open. I was trying my best to get there. We fall from here to 730s, then that's going to be 100 plus points on the fall. So I like that so far. And so I want to really, I would say breaks this 5 minute range and breaks the 19.8 area. I'll probably go ahead and break this trade up a little bit potentially. But ES is showing weakness as well right now. So want to see this first 5 minute close, kind of see if it can show some weakness closer to 19.8. Four hours is pretty weak on ES. So wonder if we can get some weakness here. Right now we're having that bearish push away. So that looks pretty good from New York. I'm not seeing any signs of strength right now. So we can break out of this 15.5 area. What I'm going to do is cover the position at New York Open. So I'll come in here and just put a buy stop right at New York Open essentially. But I really want to target that double bottom area from earlier this morning. It looks really clean and in the right area at the right timing, I believe. So ES showing weakness as well. So that's a good sign there on the 15 1 hour. Going back into those daily open areas. So it's a really good price push in there. It looks like we're gonna break that level, right? 5 minute level. So now we're really focused here as if they can continue down to the downside. So I really want to be able to focus. And also, like I said, I want to be able to probably put that buy stop right on top of that 5 minute wick right there. So that looks really good. We're pushing down. So we'll just continue to watch this price here. So we'll leave one of our risks where we had it, and then we could put another one, like I said, either right here at this 5 minute area. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. But right now I'm just watching the price. ES showing weakness as well. And they, like I said, they have that double bottom. So once they get into that daily open area, though, I will start to evaluate this trade because, um, this is really getting to a point where I think we can get down to the 100+ points today. But just to protect this trade, like I said, what I want to do is I want to make this. Let's just watch it right now. First 5 minutes here. Now we did slip below. So as we start to go, swing low, swing high, below the 50% of the range of the day. So basically right where we're at, and like London opens, and we probably want to protect it. So buy stop. We'll go here. Okay, buy stop goes here. Just to reduce that risk down. We don't want to, be susceptible to more for no reason. So breaking it into two pieces. And so now we have one to protect us from taking large losses and one for profit. And so now we just wait. So now ES is showing pretty good signs away from that New York Open as well, showing bearish signs. And then the only one that's showing the upside from New York Open is YM, which is normal the last few weeks. So all we can do is wait this price out and see if we get down to that daily open area or to those double bottoms. So I'll be patient here. So we got one in profit, just a slight bit, just in case it does what it's doing now, and then we have the other one, with risk. So we'll see what the first 15-minute close gives us. We want to see that close below, I'd say the 810s. We'd like to see it below 800s. That'd be even better, but uh, we'll see. I don't like how that's pushing back up already, so that's why I'm glad we reduced the risk a little bit. The price pushing back up above New York Open, back into our entry, to me isn't a good sign. Because I would want that price to come a little lower. So we do have our remaining risk on the table. The price is starting to go back above New York Open. So we're going to be able to see here really what this wants to do right at this area, first 5-minute close. Okay. I mean, so price is starting to push back up into that above New York Open again, which to me, like I said, if it can, depends on this 15-minute close. If it closes, pretty bullish and this 5-minute close is pretty bullish, they could run the highs out. But if this 15-minute can close and start getting weak like very quickly, then I think that they'll rush that price down. Uh, okay, so looking for this 15-minute close. This price is pushing very bullish. So ES still showing a little bit of weakness in that 15. So um, we'll be able to see here with this 15 5-minute close. Because if this is the last set candle and this is the reference point, then this would be the area where it would probably get weak. But they could top tick that stop loss area as well. I almost want to have my risk at the 50 level, but I'd be willing to re-enter instead of trying to do that. I'd rather just watch this one play out potential. 30 seconds before this 15-minute close. ES to me looks like it's going to close 15-minute bearish. So good signs there. And there's nothing wrong with reducing your risk. Make sure for the recording purposes, 15 5-minute location, and then entering that trade at the demand level is the key to me. So price isn't really showing that weakness all the way. That was a good 15-minute close, but you'd want price to go attack that 19.8 wick fairly quickly if it's going to go lower. You don't want to see price so bullish around New York Open like that if it's going to go lower. So Price is pretty choppy right here, I would say, honestly. And me personally, I don't mind having my risk at this high here. So right here, 'cause I did break that first part up. So it's literally like a 4 point difference. There's really not that much difference, and let me make sure it's literally down to a T. The high 19,851. So I literally want it to be at the very top. I don't be any higher. Yeah, because I mean, this spike down was a good area to pay yourself or protect yourself. Once that 15 5 minute low was taken, so if they run it higher from here, then so be it. For me personally, it looks very bullish. Dollar's still really strong, so they may want to go higher first, which is fine. So it looks like they are going to probably push that price to the upside. So ES not showing the same strength as NQ here. We're definitely showing strength here. So they just top ticked that 19,850 level. So whatever. So ES still not showing any signs of strength to me. Price pushing above New York Open here. Um, I'll be watching this area, especially around this half level. Um, so I'm not seeing any signs on the other two that they want to go higher. So I still like this trade. Stop loss 852s potential, 852 50s to be exact. And then we'll look for take profits here in a second. So would like to see, that was a liquidity grab in that area up there. So ES not showing any signs of strength right now. It is in a better location on that 1 hour though to go higher. So I want that order above New York Open, and then what I'm gonna do is do this here. We'll see how this stop loss order places, or excuse me, how this area works out. There's really no signs of weakness on a 5 minute though right now. YM is just crushing to the downside right now. So very interesting price here. Really no signs of weakness here. It's just higher high, higher lows. Uh, it seems like they just want to top tick this out as well. But We are above New York. Have shown signs of moving higher, so it's just a really tricky area here. YM still reaching lower. Okay, so still just watching this price here. It's not really showing the signs of weakness we want to see, but we'll see with this 5 minute close. Now, price can move down, 30, 40 handles to closer to that whole level before going higher than 45s, 50s here. Then I think we do have a chance to go attack that double bottom low because we are seeing ES kind of fail the 55.25 quarter level at the same time. And then YM is just really weak from 39,800 whole level. So it has a lot of room to fall back to 39.6 market open. And then these two are the ones that are manipulating here at New York price. So still bullish for the day so far, but I think if we can break down right here, then we have a chance. What's up, Diamond? So we'll see if price can push down here. 5 minute has 1 minute to close. I do like how it kind of looks like a mitigation with a pretty good target at the bottom. So give me 1 second here, guys. Oh, price started moving up. Didn't even see that. That's pretty fast. So we'll just continue to watch here for about 30 seconds before this 5 minute close. Now, if this 5 minute can rush down, like I said, and go lower low and start attacking that other point of interest, London Open, there's a really good chance I think we'll go bearish for that target today. ES falling very quickly to that daily open, so I think that double bottom Asian London target on there will be really good too, potentially. It looks better than this one. So good 5 minute close. Now, if we can just, get this next 15 and 1 hour close to pretty much mitigate out of this area and fail to get any closures higher than that New York Open price, then there's a good chance. ES looks really good compared to this. So we're still at this level, this 19,850 level, but if we can break the 800 and go lower, I think we have a chance to get below daily open and could pay ourselves some in that area. But we're still having a hard time here on the 5 minute to go lower. ES is moving lower. It looks really good, and then YM is super strong to the downside right now. So we're just going to be patient and see what they want to do. But the 4 hours, when you look at NQ and ES, to me, unfortunately, the NQ looks better to go higher on 4 hour, but ES looks like it wants to come down, and so does YM. So we would pretty much want to say that we hope that they NQ follows the rest, but we'll have to see. ES looking really good, and so is YM. And while these are, showing this weakness, at least if NQ or ES and NQ or ES and YM, excuse me, you do have dollar very strong. So that would fit our bias. Dollar continues to find strength, we'll look for shorts. And to me, I think the shorts, especially on NQ, look harder to find, but I mean they're not showing any unbullish price action right now. They keep absorbing the go, it seems like. Um, so that's a little frustrating because that buy just wasn't the buy that I liked, honestly, at that high. But these signs on the 5 and 1 minute aren't looking that great. So I don't like the 15.5 price right now. It's just showing like it wants to go above 19,850s right now still. ES is in that perfect 1 hour area. We'd like to see, if NQ could move down to the perfect 1 hour area, it'd be like the 19,780s, right, where that London Open is. So if NQ could follow ES and YM, that would be great. Otherwise, it's gonna go ahead and start pushing up. So we got about 2 minutes before this 1 hour closes. And you're getting ready to get a 1 hour close on ES, pretty bearish, and on YM. So we'd love to see this go back below this 20 level. Because right now it doesn't look so great. YM's reaching right now. 39,650 is pretty tough right now. Would really want to see that 5 minute start to grab some weakness. Price is breaking down pretty good right there. It looks good. Looks like a 15.5 midi. So and ES is pushing below daily open. So I think if there's a lagger, it's going to be NQ right now, because YM is really pushing and so is ES. So let's see what we get here. They're just not showing the weakness here on NQ at all. They're actually pushing higher here now on NQ. That's disgusting. It makes sense though where ES is, but it's just frustrating how they built the price up there. It looks like they're reaching for the stops. They know their risk is above the 850s right now. Damn it, dude. Mm. And you're seeing a higher low be formed on ES, and then you're starting to see YM pull up. So yeah, they just stopped me out on that one. So I have room for one more because I went break even on the first one. So we'll see what happens. It's frustrating. It's very frustrating because they usually come down a little bit lower into that 1 hour location. They didn't today, so they're still pushing here. Frustrating. So them holding that price like that, we're just gonna have to be patient here. The 4 hour closed pretty good there on NQ, so it's just really not showing any signs of weakness right now to me. So no signs of weakness right now. And that price is, that price could run all the way up to like the 20,000 level. I just don't personally have anything that I see that would have given me an opportunity. It would have been needed to come a little lower. So that looks like a really good higher low on ES right now, but NQ moving higher. Golly, they're pushing it higher. So we're just having to wait now because I wanted to buy this position, but I wanted to buy below daily open today. And so for them to take it from right here is just, to me, is pretty insane. And they've already ran the price almost 100 points. The open was 19,830, so um, price is moving pretty good. Okay, so there's really nothing looking left on like NQ that shows me that there's going to be weakness to market open. That 4 hours is really looking good after that was sweep yesterday. And then our obviously our 1 hour is really pumping from that New York open area. So it's like there's really nothing. This is one of those days, like I'd say out of all the days I've traded, that they presented price really weird. So just gonna have to wait. Now, I like the prices at this 80 level. Because you don't see ES making that high yet above the 5530s. So ES was a really good 15 1 hour midi, I think. Never came back below daily open though, which was surprising. Mhm. So maybe when we get around the 19.9 area, or like we stay close between here and the 80 level, 19.9 and 19.880s, we'll see. Taking a look at the dollar index, we are still getting um, upwards push back into that market open price 105.80s and above. And so that daily looks like it's going to print bullish, and that weekly is, looking even better still off the 105.50s. So I do want to focus on this area here a little bit, this 5 minute close, see if there's any kind of breakdown. Um, you aren't seeing YM show any strength. Those 4 hours are pretty strong on NQ, but we'll see kind of what they present here. So no signs of weakness right now. That 5 minute looks really strong. So I'm guessing ES making that higher low. So it's still inside of its accumulation range. This is showing nothing. Golly, the H4s on these are so strong on NQ and the ES right now, especially NQ. I mean, that H4 is just, like I said, it could go back up to 20,000. So just makes you frustrated because they didn't push the buy where I was thinking. Okay, so from 9:05 to 9:10, big 5 minute push. Let's look in this area here. This is forming up more like I like. Stop loss would be 19,892. All right, take profits. We do somewhere. So we're just kind of framing up this area for potential, but right now there's no signs to enter. ES expanded from that 20 level really well back up to that New York Open. So H1 looks like a higher low to go higher to me now. The price is pushing pretty aggressively up into that 19,900 area. So I can move this. But just really watching this 15-minute price here, 15-minute. I mean, this last 15 minutes from 9 to 9:15 has been, pretty incredible how they've pushed from that New York Open. It's a really bullish price so far. So just really watching the price, it's really skyrocketed up. If we don't see anything by 9, I'd say 9:15 that maybe presenting that it wants to go lower, then it may not happen until that later half of the session. Um, so we shall see. So, yeah, they're skyrocketing the price here. I'm kind of pissed just because, like I said, they usually pull it down a little bit farther into that location. And so for them not to do that today is kind of but still got a lot of time. YM, catching that bid off that demand zone, which makes sense. 39,650s. And this is completely invalid here. So you're seeing price rally right now on that 1 hour, which is just disgusting. 4 hour price made sense too. So now we like to look at below or above whole levels. So we're right below this whole level of 19.9. So we do want to focus on that level of price action here. 5-minute closes in 20 seconds. So I do want to watch that area very closely here. So 15-minute close was higher open, higher close, and no signs of weakness. 5-minute close is good too, so we'll see. Try this area, this 5-minute open area here. Stop at the high. Uh, protect myself below half level, but basically point of interest if it can move down there. So I like 5-minute locations for my trades. That put me at an 8-point risk, which I don't think is bad. And then ES failing in the New York Open area, failing to go higher. So there's a lot of divergence. If this can work out, this would be great. So I'd love for price to go back down to that point of interest. That would be really incredible. Now, like I said, the weird price that was engineered this morning right here, I would think there's a lot of stop losses here as well. So if I can push down back below New York Open or even touch, I'll probably pull a contract just because I did have, experience a loss in the very beginning, and that will eliminate that. And then I'll be able to have one left to potentially have a winner chicken dinner on the day. So it looks pretty good, just kind of flowing with price right now. Like I said, if we can get down into those 30s, that'd be 8, 7, that'd be 60 times two. So 600, that'd be what we had lost earlier would be that amount. So okay, so now we're watching this price here. We're trying to see what we're gonna get. And what we want to do to reduce our risk is we can actually go in here and make one buy stop right back at the open of our entry. So we could do like this, trade, buy stop, right? Just to kind of be safe here. Um, and do it like this, right? And then do one here, modified order. 'Cause, so one to protect me from taking large losses and one for to gain a profit. All right, so that's what we're looking at here. Okay, so we're looking good here. If we can push down to that point of interest, even better, right? We're floating about 11, 1200, so that's not bad. ES showing weakness from that New York Open at the same time. So let me kind of take a screenshot of that. Windows Shift S. So I do want to show that really quick. Okay, that price is pushing really good in our favor now. Um, so let me just take a picture of this. Okay. Things are looking good here. Now, like I said, if we can protect ourselves or pay ourselves at point of interest, that would be really nice. Um, and matter of fact, just because I don't like the price, what I'm gonna do is leave it how I have it. Right. So let's watch this 5 minute close here. See what kind of price we get after this. Because the price just rallies after this, then I'll probably be done for today. Just because they've kind of played around too much today on here. Like I said, this is our scoop from here to this high where we're at. So it's gonna be difficult, I think, if they're gonna actually push it lower or not. We'll keep watching price. YM starting to show strength from where it was at. So in that demand zone, 650s, 39 650s. 5 minutes looking pretty good. I'd love to see them push price back below that New York Open. And they are doing that, it seems like now. So we are into getting close to being back in a profit for the day. So let's just keep watching here and seeing if we get what we want to see. Good 15-minute location, good 5 minute location. 1 minute relatively pretty good, but that's not bad. So I just want to move that right there on top of that 5 minute area because basically I want to secure some of that bag. It's about 15 points securing. Um, if it does come up and top tick that area. But if it keeps moving lower, then great. But I do want to, protect myself in that situation there. So just watching the 15.5 price, and we've managed the trade. So we can get a really good 5 minute pushback below that 850s. That'd be great. So half of the order was taken on this one. So we have our risk about 8 points still sitting at the high of day. And then we're managing and watching this 15.5 the rest of the position. So if we can move down, great. If price starts to go back above 19,900 anymore, it just depends on the timing of what it looks like. But I probably wouldn't want to be trying to short the market anymore unless it was above market open or higher pricing. If it doesn't work out here, ES still having trouble at that New York Open. The 1 hour does look like it could push bullish though to the 55.40s, 55.50 areas. And then we're in that demand zone, like I said, on YM on the one hour. So we'll definitely know something here in this last 15 minutes of 9 going into 10, I would believe. So price is starting to push up again. Like I said, we're covered on the top. Dollar index just to kind of have an idea of what it's doing. That small time price action looks terrible for ES or NQ. We're still very bullish, pushing the 105.80s on dollar index. So you would think that we would see some downside here or some pullbacks to the, back below opening prices, but they're not really showing that right now. I mean, price is just very bullish right now, showing pretty good signs of strength. I mean, that 5 minute, ever since it filled that inefficiency, has just been bullish. It's pushing. So we'll see if 5 minute location works out or if they top tick this out. So I like that reaction that we're seeing from that 5 minute location type trade. The risk placement I think is pretty good, and the management's pretty good because we did have two contracts on. We were knocked down to one, but that was what we anticipated to happen, so that's good. Now, if we can just get this price, between now 9:30, like I said, the last 15 minutes of this hour to, find some more weakness here on the 5 minute. And if any time we go back below New York Open, I think we have a chance to at least tap that daily open. But we'd really like to see that breakdown right now. I like that we're at an 80 level too, showing this weakness. That gives me a little bit more confidence that we definitely have a chance to, algorithmically push lower. So if we can break this 1 minute structure or break below 860s, I'll probably reduce my risk down to right above the entry. But right now it's not showing that weakness. So still showing lots of bullish price action here. And you're starting to see ES starting to climb above that New York Open. And YM starting to pull up too. So price action just isn't the greatest today, I would say, personally. I like that mitigation, how it's starting to look. Looks really good. And dollar is very strong right now. Okay. And so that's the type of price action I like to see on a 5 minute location type setup. That's why I take those setups in that location. I don't like how that price is looking on small time frames though, right there. Kind of starting to pump. It's just still fighting to go higher. Um, very aggressively from the 870s. So um, any more closures, I would say even on a 1 minute above our entry or even at it, it's going to probably pop that next whole level. Mhm. Set prices looks very bullish here, unfortunately, still. So not really showing any signs of weakness. So it looks like they're gonna blast that. They blasted that 900 area. So the same time you have ES making new highs for the day, right? And 1 hour structure made the higher high, higher low, higher high. So that shows more bullishness right there. Um, Now, at the same time, what we're looking at going into 10 and 11 is the dollar index is still really strong, right? We are at that 105.80 level. We have pulled back, tremendously from yesterday. And we're in the right location on daily, and I believe 4 hour. But when it comes to this price here with NQ, I thought the shorts were definitely possibly in there with that, signal that we were looking for. And so what we're going to do is just continue to wait to the last 15 minutes of this hour, the first 15 minutes of 10, and we'll see where we're kind of at from there. So I still like the area. I just think they're liquidity grabbing a lot of the times to go to actually take the price. So um, just difficult price here today, I'd say. 4 hour dollar is very bullish. I don't see it slowing down. I just for me personally, so I'm going to attempt these areas. Okay, so let's look at this area here. So ES isn't climbing higher. It's still sitting at New York Open almost an hour since the price has already passed. YM just kind of sitting at that 39,700 whole level. So I like how that we have this 80 level set up as well again. Just really want to see them push that price back down to that New York Open or lower. So price isn't looking too bare right there. I mean, still just kind of in the same area. So 77 and a quarter is where Top Step is long from. So like right under this order. Like I said, if we move down, from the swing low of the day to where that buy stop is at the top, if we go below 850s or close to the 40s or New York Open, obviously 30s, then I'll be able to reduce that trade down. But if they just make this higher low here and continue up and blast through the whole level again, they'll probably reach for that 20K in that market open area. And they just made it very difficult to get there, pretty much, is all it is. And then YM's not really moving. It's just sitting on that 39,700 whole level. Same thing with ES, just sitting on the New York Open area. Price is just extremely bullish here on this smaller time frames. And like we would need to see price drain down to the 19,850s because it's just too close to the whole level here, 900s. Like I said, even if price was to go back into New York Open or close to that would be great. And so if we break lower than 55s or 860s, then I'll put a buy stop inside this 5 minute, 1 minute area, like the 890s. But that's if we push down below 860s first, which that's looking kind of bullish in that area. Yeah, so if they break this higher before going, then I'll just wait till tomorrow and see if they go hit 20K today. So that was a 5 minute close showing strength. You would really want to see that rejection away here. Otherwise, they're just going to run for the liquidity at 902s. So they're just not showing any signs of weakness going into the 945 candle here. And that 5 minutes really strong and 1 minute's really strong. So it just looks like they're reaching for the risk at this point. ES still playing the New York Open, having a hard time going higher. YM playing below 39.7, showing weakness. So um, they just may want to. We'll see. I have no idea, honestly, on this part. We're in the right area, so we can only play and see what happens. I like how it looks like it wants to mitigate and do what we like to see here. Just got to get below those levels that we want, right? 19850s, 19840s. There may be a chance. So I like how it's breaking down right now. If we could just start to push, like I said, those levels, and that 5 minute can start showing us the price action we want to see, then we're gonna attack that 19850 level pretty well. So that looks good. The way it's starting to break down there on that one. So to me, we'll see here. They're long on Top Step right in this area, like the 77s. So either price will top tick and go higher, or this is just going to capitulate down to 19,850 and fill that inefficiency here on the 15.5 and 1. So I like how the price is starting to, topple over. It's just we want to see that 5 minute. We just got a good close, push away. So now if we can just push down, there's a good chance. ES not showing signs of strength above New York Open, so that's good because it's printing back to its daily open. So if we can do the same thing here with NQ, we're looking at 30, 40 points, 60, 50, 40. So like 40 points to the downside here. Looking really good. I like it. I like it. And we're 2 contracts deep, so that's even better. Good. So good rejection off this 19,900. That's a key level for right now. Um, but we'll see. So they just went long on their house account, 10 contracts, so $200 per from 77.5. So let's see if this ends up mitigating them down to the 50s and lower. So I like how the 15 and 5 are starting to topple over here going into the end of the hour. Looks really good. We can get below that 850 area. Like I said, I may pull a contract or trail my risk to break even on this one. But we are just kind of in the mix right now. So I like the price. They just got crushed. I don't care what they say. They had $200 a point from 77. So they're already down 2,000. Um, $2,000 on their house account. So that's good for us though, because we're short, right? From the 80 levels, which is typical. So if we can push, like I said, down, we're gonna look really good here. I think how it's forming, we're looking really good, especially when you have other people buying it right now at the high of the range of the day, which is to me is insane. This is starting to look really good for us. But we're not out of the woods yet. We get back below New York open price, and I'd say there's a good chance. So that price looks pretty good. Let's see if we can continue to get that pushed down though, going into the end of this hour. And then on the 1 hour, I really like that 790, 19790 price where I have that purple box because I know that that buy was, to me, was manipulated, you know, because I wanted to long this position up as well, but I wanted to long above points of interest or below points of interest, excuse me. So really good price. All right, now we're looking really good here. So we want to focus on when we cross that 19,850 level. I think what I'm going to do then is I'm going to go in and buy one in this area, right? Just in case they rally the price higher for the day. But I'd really love to get price back below New York Open. The reason being is we have our current intraday swing low to swing high of the day. And so we want price to go back below that 50% of the swing, which would make it really, really good trade for the day. Um, so I like this wick though too, them pushing below there. So they're not really showing that they don't want to. And then you have ES, very bearish from that New York Open price. So I think, like I said, I'm going to protect or pay myself at New York Open. That's the goal. So I'll pay myself some from these two contracts potentially if we get to move down to that level. And then I'll protect the rest of the trade, and then look to get, some maybe take profit in total around daily open 19,750s or a little lower, and it's 19,725s. Really, really good location on our trade. If they got in at 77 prices at 57, so they did $200 a point, so they're down 4 grand on their accounts. So thanks for your stop loss because we're up 1,000 now. Right? They're still holding it too. They're already down 4K for sure. And their TP, their stop losses might take profit. So perfect. This is exactly what I've been talking about. So we did just kind of come below that level. So what I want to do personally, is continue to watch price here, but I do want to think about potentially moving this. So just to secure a little bit more. Come in and secure just one right here potentially. But we're gonna watch price to see when we're gonna do it. Right now, we don't really have that problem. I would say you could that we need to do anything. We're watching that 5 minute price because as we capitulate down more and more and more and more, great. And if we don't for some reason, then that's when I'd want to change up my bias. But as of right now, I think we are going to topple over. Let's continue to watch this 5 minute close here. So just in case here, let's see how this 5 minute closes, see if it can close lower low. And then we're looking, like I said, at point of interest parts of the swing. I'm just kind of having this ready just in case. He's long now, wicked, after getting crushed for 4,000. I mean, they can do that on their account, so no signs of strength on that 5 minute. Let's kind of watch that 1 minute here to see if we're gonna. I think we need to wait until New York Open, so to hit that button. ES looking really good too, it's toppling over. With we have that pretty strong dollar, so we'll just continue to watch here. They're long from 871s here for my recording purposes, so we're looking really good now. Um, and it's just pushing down. So I don't know why anybody would be long right here and not wait until a little bit lower. Let's go ahead and just knock her down to one. So now we've secured some of that just in case, and we're gonna manage the rest here. All right, 15 to 5 prices look really good. Me personally, I just don't want to let it come all the way back up with the two contracts. So now we're looking really good to the downside. I'm gonna set my buy limit at my initial target of 25.50, and we'll continue to watch. We'll continue to see how price plays right here if it can get down to this wick as well. There really was no reason to, I would say, partial this except the fact that I had lost the trade earlier and I wanted to secure, that loss. And so now we're just floating in profit. They're still holding that trade, guys. They're still holding the trade 8 contracts long from 71. We're already at 51. So they're essentially down another 4,000. So he just lost 4,000, got stopped out, then opened another trade, and now he's floating right now a little bit under 4,000 and draw down again, which we just took some more profit, which is a good sign. So, like I said, if we can just push down one more time between now and 10:15, I think there is a good chance that we'll at minimum get to like daily open. Like I said, 19,760 area. And ES isn't showing any strength. YM is toppling over and going back to market open 39,600. It's only 40 handles away from that price. And I just want to put 81, so 70, 781. So London Open is basically our 100 point target. If it can get down to that London Open price, then price has a chance to go 100 plus points today. So when we break these lows, we want to be alerted. So pretty good recording for today, I'd say, because we did experience a loss at first, made up for the loss, and have managed pretty well. So I'm pretty happy with today so far. We could just finish this thing out here. If we break below 19,850, what I have on the remainder, stop loss wise, I'll probably move down to the 895s. Now if we break below New York Open, I'll move it down to break even. I'll protect myself at point of interest. But right now we're not really doing that. We're kind of still holding that equilibrium price level. So it's kind of just sitting in that area watching this. So for the video purposes, we have our areas set up. We know we want to see the market exit these areas of range. So I'll probably let the recording go for like another 20 minutes or so, just so we keep it around 2 hours of footage, and we're just gonna keep maintaining this area. Now, like I said, if we do reach down, since I had to protect myself on half the order, if we push down to that New York Open area, then I'm gonna go ahead and protect the order by moving my risk to my entry. So. Okay, so still watching price here. We'll see what happens in this first 15 minutes. They're really excited on Top Step because they're back to 10 points in profit, but I think they're getting ready to possibly get middied here. So price looks like it is going to top tick and go higher at this point. I would say on a 5 minute, that looks crazy. Yeah, I'm getting squeezed on that. I ain't gonna lie. I'm glad we covered some of the position. Just being honest, it's just horrible. So this 5 minute close is showing signs of strength by closing above that 890s, right? Because that 1 minute did close higher, showing signs of strength as well. So um to me it just looks like they're gonna top ticket more and push to the 940s, 50s, but this will be the area. This is the high pivotal area of the day. Yeah, so if this does go back down, and one thing I want to note for my video purposes is their excitement level as price was moving into their favor, right? You really got to focus on the pivotal areas and not let your excitement or emotions go too much.
We still haven't seen Microsoft break out yet, and Microsoft will give us a lot of push to the upside.
Still not showing any signs of weakness after that 5 minute close of strength. That means they kind of have permission to go up to that the wrist 902s. So if they run it up one more time, I'll probably just wait till tomorrow because that'd be it for me today. We've managed pretty well, but I just don't want to take more than 3 shots.
Get pushed in here into the 900s. Get in the another push to the top side. Then shorts try that.
Yep. So they just knocked out the shorts. So ES kind of making a higher low. You got YM going below 39,600 market open. So this is just the bullish one of the day, man. They're just super bullish here. So we'll keep the reporting going until 10:20. Okay, so I wouldn't personally want to take another short until 20,000 P level. That's just me personally. Um,
just take out that potential bit of upside margin.
Yeah, we're seeing Nvidia really on the upside here.
all right, so we'll watch these. This is the perfect time to be watching the trade.
Kissed. Cute, the VWAP volatility band.
So let's watch this 5 minute close here. Now I would like to see price in the 960s, to be honest, like 950s, to get a better entry. But I do like this area just as well. So 2 contracts, stop loss would be 908. 908, 908 flat. Oh shit. 908 flat. And then take profits would be 750s and lower. 750s and lower. That might be almost too late. So it's 5 minute closes in about 1 minute. So we'll kind of be able to see here how price reacts. ES still not showing any strength above that New York Open, so pretty good price action there.
you're looking to take profit at 911. Correct. That was level we walked into this morning. Big congestion level. Emery liked it. 912s, 911s.
Let's see where this 5-minute closes here.
76% long and Q. Let's look at that right now. Stops above 19,900. What was that?
I love the punctuation. Notice. Yawn.
It's another day at the
5-minute strength there, so we'll see. I want that 5-minute location right there to be like, they gave me a little bit lower. So now if we can break back to 19,850s, then I will pay myself at that area. And if we just go higher here, 96, 06, then so be it. Pretty much. But not a very good 5-minute price action. It's just showing strength, honestly.
Says we get above 1950, except this range could get spicy. So there's more room to the upside here. Let's see. And I remember we don't always just go directly. Not linear, correct? And we might not
That 5-minute, 1-minute price looks terrible.
can't get to it. Most of the time. It will just be long and drawn out. First day I met you, first day we traded together, you had 100 points. It's a NASDAQ. First day I traded with you. Well, that's it, huh? Just 100 points. First time I traded with you.
We're about to get top ticked right here. It was not a good trade. That was really a stupid trade that I just took right there at the end.
Into the 900s here. Into the 900s. Right? And one. Push. He wants to shake 5 here. Let's shake 5. What do we have? 10 on? Got 10 on. Yeah, I got 10 on. Why not?
Price is just so flipping bullish. Price just closed above 19.9. I mean, that's a sign of strength already. So that's just not good for this. So this tops, then that'll be the end of the recording for today because that was a dumbass trade. ES is starting to show that higher low strength off that down candle. So that's it for me on this one today. That's it for today.